They called it the art of the busted flush, a calculated, almost academic approach. The MIT Blackjack team didn't rely on luck. They built a system, a cold, hard mathematical framework designed to exploit the very fabric of casino games. Their target, the seemingly impenetrable walls of Las Vegas. For years, legends whispered about groups who could beat the house. But the MIT team wasn't just a legend. They were a verifiable, highly organized syndicate of brilliant minds, primarily students and ex-students from MIT, Harvard, and other elite universities. Their story begins in the late 1970s, not with a daring heist, but in quiet classrooms and late-night study sessions. The foundational text was Edward O. Thorpe's 1962 book, Beat the Dealer, which mathematically proved that blackjack could be beaten through card counting. Thorpe's work wasn't just theoretical, it was a blueprint. It demonstrated that by tracking the ratio of high cards to low cards remaining in a deck, players could predict when the odds shifted in their favor, allowing them to increase their bets at opportune moments. The MIT team took this theory and scaled it. They weren't just individuals counting cards. They developed a complex system involving multiple players, each with a specific role, working in concert to maximize efficiency and minimize detection. The core of their strategy involved spotters and big players. Spotters would sit at tables, making minimum bets, quietly counting cards, and keeping a running tally of the count. They were the eyes and ears of the operation. When the count became highly favorable, indicating a hot deck, the spotter would signal a big player. This signal might be as subtle as scratching an eyebrow or ordering a specific drink. These signals were meticulously rehearsed. The big player who hadn't been counting would then approach the table and place large bets, capitalizing on the favorable odds identified by the spotter. They were the money movers, the ones who made the substantial wagers. This relay system was crucial. It allowed the big players to avoid prolonged scrutiny from casino surveillance, as they weren't the ones exhibiting suspicious counting behavior over many hands. They simply appeared to be high rollers on a lucky streak. Training was rigorous. Aspiring team members underwent intensive instruction, memorizing counting systems, practicing signals, and enduring simulated casino environments. They had to be quick, precise, and utterly inconspicuous. They also developed sophisticated bankrolling and risk management strategies. Money was pooled, investors were brought in, and profits were meticulously tracked and distributed. This wasn't just a game. It was a highly organized business venture. From the late 70s through the 80s and into the 90s, various iterations of the MIT team operated, adapting their methods as casinos became more vigilant. They moved between cities, changed identities, and refined their signals. One of the most prominent figures was Bill Kaplan, an MIT graduate who had previously run a successful card-counting team in Las Vegas. He brought structure, discipline, and a keen business sense to the nascent MIT group. Kaplan's genius was not just in counting cards, but in managing people and capital. He understood that a well-funded, well-trained team could achieve far greater results than individual players, even highly skilled ones. The team's exploits weren't without peril. Casinos, losing millions, employed spotters of their own highly trained security personnel and private investigators, whose sole job was to identify and ban card counters. Being 86th permanently banned from a casino was a constant threat. Some players faced physical intimidation or aggressive questioning. The stakes were high, and the cat-and-mouse game was very real. One of the most famous iterations of the team, later documented in the book Bringing Down the House, and the film 21, was active in the mid-1990s. This group, led by individuals like Kevin Lewis and Mike Apont, refined the system further. They expanded their network, recruiting more talent and deploying larger sums of money. The team's bankroll swelled into the millions, allowing them to withstand losing streaks and maximize gains during favorable counts. The scale of their operation was unprecedented. They weren't just winning a few $100s here and there. They were systematically siphoning off vast sums, often making hundreds of thousands in a single profitable weekend. The casinos fought back with countermeasures. More decks in the shoe, earlier shuffles, and increasingly sophisticated facial recognition software. The game evolved, and the team had to evolve with it. Ultimately, the constant pressure and the inherent risks made the operation unsustainable for many. Some players retired with their winnings. Others found themselves too well known by casino security to continue. The MIT Blackjack team's legacy isn't just about the millions they won. It's a testament to the power of applied mathematics, meticulous planning, and collaborative intelligence in a high-stakes, adversarial environment. Their story continues to fascinate because it challenges the notion of insurmountable odds, proving that with enough ingenuity and discipline, even the house can be beaten, if only for a time. Explore another historical true crime, where brilliance met audacity in our next video.